Very good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new lesson. That is lesson number 13, Democratic and Nationalist Revolutions. What is the meaning of this lesson? Democracy was started in different countries with some revolutions. And how it was started, that we are going to see in this lesson. Now let us start the video. The Glorious Revolution. This is a very important revolution which was occurred in England. And this revolution is very important. Why? Because without shedding a drop of blood, this revolution was completed. And so it is called as Glorious Revolution and also Bloodless Revolution. So now let us see what happened in this revolution, how it occurred and how it ended. So we all know that England, it is a kingdom of lot of kings and queens. And at the beginning of the 17th century, it was ruled by kings and queens only. And here we used to call England as Britain. But actually, what is Britain? Britain is composed of different other countries like England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, together called as Britain. Once again, children, listen clearly. England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, together called as Britain. And this was ruled by Tudor dynasty. So, this Britain completely was ruled by which dynasty, children? Tudor dynasty. And the kings of this Tudor dynasty did not accepted the authority of the Pope at all. So, in the previous history lesson, we already discussed it. Pope have utmost authority in the society because he is head of the Christianity religion and the Roman Catholic Church. But the Tudor kings did not accept the authority of the Pope, and so a conflict has also occurred. And he did not accept even the Parliament also. I'll say one example here. There are two important things: Parliament and King. So, what is parliament and what is king? The differences I'll be explaining. Listen clearly. Parliament will have a lot of ministers, and these ministers are elected by different other people. So, who will be electing them? Landowners, merchants. All these people elect the representatives, and these representatives will be in parliament. And king, he was not elected by the people. He became as a king in hierarchical way because his father is a king, and so he became as a king. He was not elected by the people. And so parliament used to say that king did not have any authority here. Parliament, here ministers will be there who are the representatives of the common people, and so parliament will have utmost authority. So, but what the king used to say? King used to say that we are the important people here. So, lot of clashes has occurred in between parliament and the king. So, the king needed the approval of this parliament to levy tax also. If the king want to impose any tax on anything upon the people, he should take the approval of the parliament. But the king did not like it at all. So, how this conflict paved the way for the new democratic government in Britain. Now, let us see the Glorious Revolution. A story is here. Now the story starts actually. In 1603, James I of Stuart dynasty, he became the king of England. So before which dynasty, children? Tudor dynasty. Now Stuart dynasty. What is the name of the king? James I. So he became as a king. And when he became as a king, he did not accepted the power of parliament. And he already said that king have absolute powers. Okay, and these were given by God, and kings ruled by the divine right, and therefore they should not be controlled by the parliament. Understand, children, what the James I have said? He said that king have absolute powers which were given by the God, and kings ruled by divine rights, and therefore they should not be controlled by the parliament. This was said by who? James I of Stuart dynasty. So he is James I of Stuart dynasty. Before Tudor dynasty, next Stuart dynasty, and James I belongs to Stuart dynasty. After the death of James I, his son Charles I came into existence, and he dissolved the parliament and ruled for 11 years without parliament. So, like James I only, he also thought that parliament should not be there and king must have utmost authority here. And so, completely he dissolved the parliament. And without parliament, without parliament, he ruled for 11 years. And after 11 years, he was forced to convene the parliament for giving special grants as he needed money to fight some wars also. In 1640, this was happened. So, parliament should approve something. Even parliament was cancelled, but even ministers will be there now. So, to do something, they should sign upon that. And the king need that signature and all. For that again, parliament should come into existence. And so again, parliament was continued from 1640. Actually, a long parliament, this is the first time which was continued from 1640 to 1660. Before, for every time kings used to uh, uh, cancel this parliament. But what happened here? Without the cancellation, without the dissolving of the parliament, from 1640 to 1660, continuously 20 years, a parliament was continued. And so this is called as long parliament. What it is called, children? Long parliament. And they decided to control the king and the ministers also. And this long parliament punished the ministers and the officers of Charles I. Why they have punished? Because he is imposing the tax upon the people as his wish. He is not consenting with the parliament also. And so parliament got very angry and they want to punish Charles I. And it abolished the special courts which is created by the king also. And Charles I took the advantage and the parliament arrested all his opponents also. So a civil war was started between the parliamentary party and the king's party. And this war was lasted for 5 years. Civil war means among the country itself, in the country itself, among the people, if a war has taken place, then it is called as a civil war. And it was taken place in between the parliament and the king, parliamentary party and the king's party, parliamentary people and the king people. So, and it has lasted for how many years, children? 5 years. And ultimately, Charles I was defeated and he was executed in 1649. So, actually, he came into existence in 1640, almost before that only he came into existence, and in 1649 he was executed. And after that, the parliament continued up to 1660. So, because of that only, it is called as long parliament. 1640 to 1660. In between, after 9 years of the starting of the long parliament, in 1649 only, Charles I was executed. Executed means he was killed. He is Charles I. Okay, now Charles I was died. After Charles I, there must be one king. Parliament will be ruling, but along with the parliament, king also must be there. So they thought that whom we should bring as a king. But for Charles I, he had a son, but the son is not there. He also died before only, and that son has a daughter. Her name is Mary, and she was married and she was at her in-laws house. And the husband of Mary is William I. He belongs to a place called as Orange. Here Orange is not a fruit, children. It is a name of a place. So in 1688, William of Orange and his wife Mary, they were invited by the parliament to occupy the throne of England. After that, so these two people were invited and they were made as a king and queen. And the powers of the king were restricted because parliament already faced the problem with James I and Charles I. Now they don't want to face the problem with the other king and queen. And so the powers were restricted. and the supreme power was transferred to the parliament only. And all this has taken place without shedding a drop of blood or firing a single shot. And so this transformation therefore is known as glorious or bloodless revolution. Understand, children? And this is a picture of William and Mary. William of Orange and Mary. After Charles I, these people became as the king and queen of England. So this is regarding the glorious revolution. So first dynasty is Tudor dynasty. Next, Stuart dynasty. In Stuart dynasty, James I is the first king. After James I, Charles I came into existence. When Charles I is there, a long parliament has taken place from 1640 to 1660. A civil war has taken place, and in 1649, Charles I was executed. And after the death of Charles I, after some years, in the year 1688, William of Orange and his wife Mary were invited to occupy the throne of England. Next topic is American War of Independence. After the death of Charles I in England, the democracy has taken place. In the same way, how this was taken place in America. American War of Independence, that we are going to see now. Actually, we know that America, this was discovered by Columbus. North America was discovered by Columbus. And after that, in that America country, the complete American country was discovered by Amerigo Vespucci. Because of him only, the name is called as, the country name is called as America. So actually England people, they came and completely occupied the places in America and they settled there. When they settled there, they started ruling the place and they started doing agriculture and they have completely mingled with the people there. Different things were happened. When it is going on like that, England used to rule the colonies which were here in America. What are these colonies? Colonies are nothing but the places which are under the control of other country. It is America, but the places are under the control of England, because England people came and they are living here, and so England control these places. There are totally 13 colonies are there which are under the control of England. So what happened here? They asked to pay these people tax. They are shocked because of this. Why we should pay the tax for England? Because long back, years passed, we came here and we are living here. We are doing the agriculture. And so why we should pay the tax? So what they have said? England occupied some colonies in the eastern coast of North America, and 13 states of colonizers had been established there, and most of them were occupied by people from England who had settled in America. The Parliament often passed laws that favored English traders and factories at the cost of the people of the colonies. The American colonies therefore raised the slogan, "No taxation without representation." They are not directly coming here and ruling them. And why should we pay the tax? That is the question of the people here. And so they have raised a slogan called as "No taxation without representation." So this is the slogan, "No taxation without representation." It was a slogan of revolution by the American colonies against the England government. In 1774, the representatives of all colonies, the 13 colonies except Georgia, Georgia is a place, except that, they met at a place called as Philadelphia and requested King George III. At that time, the King of England is George III, to restore the powers of the colonies. The king regarded this as an act of rebellion and declared war in April 1775. Understand, children? So when they have asked the king that to restore the powers to us, then the king thought that it is as an act of rebellion. They became as a rebels and they are coming back upon to me only. And so the king declared war on in April 1775. The Americans finally won the war. After doing the war with the help of France, America took the help of France and they won the war in 1781 October. The War of Independence came to an end with the signing of a Treaty of Paris in 1783. Any war will come to an end by signing a treaty only. In 1783, a treaty was signed and the war came to an end. This is the Declaration of Independence. Before giving the independence only, in 1776 only, they have written the Declaration of Independence. This is the original copy of the Declaration of Independence of United States of America. This Declaration of Independence was adopted on 4th July 1776. Actually, by the year 1781, war came to an end and the treaty was written in the year 1783. But the Declaration of Independence was written before only, in the year 1776. And Thomas Jefferson was the author of this Declaration of Independence. Who is the author, children? Thomas Jefferson. He was the author of the Declaration of Independence. And a Bill of Rights was also adopted, guaranteeing the freedom of speech, religion, and rule of law was enacted. And this paved way for the establishment of United States of America. So, understand children, everyone, it is not a single place, United States. So, 13 states together formed into one single country, that is USA, United States of America. They fought with the England, the war, and they given the slogan called as no taxation without representation, and they have got all the rights back. And these 13 colonies together formed into one country called as United States of America. I hope that everyone understand this topic, children. And here is your assignment. So, what are the countries together called as Britain? What is the name of the dynasty which ruled England in 17th century? So, before first one is you should write, that is Tudor dynasty. Write the period of long parliament. What is the slogan of American War of Independence? Who is the author of Declaration of Independence? So, complete your assignment, children, and meet you in next video. Thank you.